Tami, the rare Oriental sea otter. I am Milton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad, a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Marianne, I am the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. And this is my Tami parable series about Tami, the no-arm Chinese fella. How'd he get to be missing both arms? Being blindly obedient. His boss, Wu, gave him a loyalty test, a management test, told him to stick his right arm into a wood chip. They value blind obedience in the Orient. Tommy's always been blindly obedient. He slowly fed that right arm into the wood chipper. Lefty saw what was going on with righty, the right arm, and lefty, the left arm, jumped off. Smart thing to do. Because we all know not to stick our arms in wood chippers. But, yeah, the smart thing to do is realize it's more than just that. It's about seeing something bad happening to someone who is the right arm to you being the left arm, and being smart enough to jump off. See something bad happening at work or where you live or anywhere to someone who is the right arm to you being the left arm, don't let it happen to you. Jump off. Tommy, however, got a promotion. He's bossing a whole lot of folks around. And he met his girlfriend Rhea. He's always been scaly. He always talked with a hoarse lisp. He likes to stick his tongue out a lot. Oh, the Chinese as a people have been sticking their tongue out the rest of the world for countless millennia. Tommy, now that he's missing both arms, he does a very mean snake dance. And he snaked his way in between Rhea and whoever she was dancing with at the Snake Pit. Go figure, a popular dance club somewhere here in Los Angeles. He snaked his way in between Rhea and whoever she was dancing with. He's been there ever since. They're man and wife, even though Tommy doesn't know it. She took him as a ventriloquist dummy with his ears stopped up to a costume party where she was, of course, the ventriloquist, and pinched his back, and he opened his mouth and she proposed to herself. Got on video, and then she told Tommy they're going to a nice church barbecue, and she wanted him to have a good time there, so she gave him some sunglasses to wear that had the Three Stooges on the inside. And she said she wanted you to go ahead and enjoy the Three Stooges, honey. And she put the earbuds in so he could listen. And unbeknownst to him, she told him, when we get to the front of the line, I'll pinch your back underneath that nice coat you're wearing. And it's when they're going to be asking you if you'd like an extra large helping of cat. And so Tommy, he likes his cat. The Orientals love cats and dogs. No, not his pets. Ask them if they're honest. If not, if they're honest, they'll tell you. If not, She pinched his back and he said, I do. I do want some, extra large helping of cat. So, they're married. He doesn't know it. But this is a kind of a second part to their trip to the beach. Last year, Tommy got in trouble by catching frisbees at the beach. Some college kids were throwing frisbees, and he's not very good at catching a frisbee with his foot. So, he just catches with his mouth, and they got it on video, and they were having all kinds of fun when Rhea got back from the hamburger stand. And the same thing, well, not the same thing, but something happens when Rhea goes to the hamburger stand. She gets back and they're pushing Tami into the ocean. This is California, and one of the ladies at the beach said it's a sea otter. You know, he's missing both arms and he kind of resembles a sea otter. It's a sea otter. Help, he's suffocating, push him back into the ocean. And of course they push him back in. Tommy's a very good swimmer. He just swam back to shore. He just swims like a dolphin. You know, with a... Oh, man. Oh, I don't think it's that. I washed my clothes in the sink when the devil, Lori, interrupts Mirza, my past worker from... that helps me, you know, get the kitchen clean and do my laundry. He used to take me to doctor's appointments, but I have the doctors come to me now. It's a whole lot easier considering all the trouble I've had over the years with logistic care from LA Care. It's a transportation thing, and also I forget what it's called. The city's access, them, and all kinds of trouble left and right. But yeah, one thing after another, the past 3 weeks, I've been doing a lot of washing in the sink because yeah, one words I had to go into the hospital for something. She was out a few days and a whole week gone. And then the next week I had to go into the SSI office. And then this last week she just came once and she told me she was coming. See, I have this trouble lately because of the devil Lori, personal knife in the back style of taunting, and also trouble I had sleeping back in Louisiana. Can't get to sleep till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I will need to sleep until like noon. So that's significant because Mirza promised she was going to be here at 10 o'clock on Saturday, because she wanted to be there be here at 9 o'clock on Thursday. Once again, the devil, and they were taunting in that Lori personal way, because it didn't sound anything like any of the Mirzas. It is the devil's people. They've been having some very in our Mean Street fiction. They've been having some incredibly severe with what anyone around here, cops or military streets, referred to as the devil Chinese yellow bitches with that attitude from hell that needs to be damned there. We've been having a lot of trouble with them. Those with that crumbling wall in China are hiding behind the skirts and they're imbeciles at the lower levels of the streets. And yes, that was them taunting in that personal Lori, demon from hell. I watched so many mega groups of folks. It's our fun fiction. I can let my hair down, so to speak. I watched so many different, from all over the world. Europe, South America, Russia, China. You name the place, I watched a mega set of Devil Lori with to have a gay husband after Mom and Dad, the characters, were moved on. And don't get me started on that. Mother Teresa taken off of Catholic.org. I checked this morning and she's back. Well, she's back as blessed on the outside, the list, and then saint on the inside, but wasn't there at all when I went to go find something to design for the day or two ago, whenever it was, a few days back. I just noticed because the Franciscan media had sent me Saint Teresa on the email. I'm on their email list. And the devil's people, once again, those Chinese yellow bitches that everybody talks about around here, they literally took it off the screen. It wasn't there to see. And yeah, I've said this before in my videos that my dad moved on right around that time that Mother Teresa did and Princess Diana did. So I, of course, would have included her in the image. I'll probably go in and do that another day. I wasn't even supposed to notice it, except that the devil bitches from the Orient have been stealing my Walmart stuff lately. I was talking to them last night. I was talking to a week ago. Last night about the safety pins I used to hold my imagery on my chest, and last week about disc towel I had ordered, and yeah, they're over the top crazy lately, the Chinese bitches, and all hiding behind their skirts from China. Over the top with the consequences too. That includes the butchering of my child, my imagery, and it's kind of a proxy for, yeah, me not having a family because of those Chinese bitches and that the yellow excrement people that need to be flushed to a well-earned hell. So the world can build Jesus' immaculate house upon the rubble of that great wall of evil. Yeah, pick up your phone right now, 424-229-4140. Try to call me and see that devil. The yellow excrement hijacking calls you don't know when else. I guarantee you, if your phone's not allowed to work when you need the firemen, the police, the paramedics, it's gonna be just as newsworthy as me asking for a 93 check, a 911 flight 93 check. For the past decade, not getting one. Use my California Lifeline phone there, 213-675-2138. Download these big fives from vote-truth.blogspot.com or any of those other sites. Hand them out. Tell everyone. We the people must be the reporters. They're not doing their job. And yeah, I must be dead on correct about the yellow excrement people with the Great Wall of Evil stopping your calls to me, because I haven't gotten one comment about that in that decade. No comment about the Osama rumor that Obama is Osama bin Laden's son. Excuse me, Hussein is Osama bin Laden's son. Oh, put the two side by sides, and you can't hide behind politically correct, guys. They're mixing things up all over the place. You can't have it both ways. That I can hear what you're thinking out there. I can hear what you're saying. It's a mixed thing. No. Politically correct as mixing things up all over the damn place. At the world's expense, if you ask me. So, put the two side by side. Osama bin Laden, Barack Hussein Obama. And make that decision yourself. Try to call me up to tell me what you think of the Osama rumor or what I say about the Oriental folks. And see the devil's people themselves hijacking your call to me. Whatever boring thing you get, phone ringing, error message, busy signal. Think of everything I say as attention getting to get you to pick up your phone and see the devil's people hijacking your life. Let me call them Eskimos if you want. Bulgarians, it's up to you. Pick up that phone, see the devil's people, make a video of it. Those who are hijacking your call to me are worried enough about it to alter phone records to cover it up. But you got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed, make a video of that. And we got PhoneGate, much worse than Watergate. Can I guarantee you guys, if your phone's not allowed to work by the Great Wall of Evil, if your phone's not allowed to work when you need the firemen, the police, paramedics because of political, religious, or business censorship, it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for that 93 check for a decade. So make that video, post that video. Enough of that. I'm already 15 minutes in. And that's not the first time they literally changed dates. So I was designing an image for the 28th, and it was really the 30th, the saint. So it's very in particular what you see, and I saw it just a few days ago with Spectrum being over the top with their part in America's Hijacked Lifelines. If you got Spectrum's Lifeline, try to call me with it right now. That's your family's lifeline. It's Spectrum's phone. 424-229-4140. Make that video whatever you get when you don't get me, and when Spectrum, the loud folks you always hear in my video next door with their decibel law breaking plate, when they come to your house to install the cable or work on it, and they've roped you in with that bundle, so you gotta get the phone and the internet as well. When they do that, you ask them, why isn't this phone working when I'm trying to call Melton? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work? What's your part in that Spectrum? Same for the Mormons. Oh, you can check out whoever can and can't reach me, or whoever can reach me, on my call log videos at youtube.com/DNFD series. And yes, some of you out there, go look for Melton's call log videos. You can find this in Melton's Tami's playlist. And yes, some of you out there can get those call logs, those call records yourself. Make that video from every police station, of the police station's phone not working as you try to call me, of the fire station's phone not working as you try to call me, of the military base's phone is not working as you try to call me. Those folks who are hijacking a call to me are, yes, worried about it, getting caught for their crimes, phone gate, worried enough about it to alter phone records covered up, so get on video, phone gate. Now back to Tommy. Tommy, he got pushed out and they kept pushing him back in. And then this guy with a surfboard took him way on out there. A whole lot of surfers in California. And Tommy kind of got lost out there. He's trying to swim back, but he ended up just going further and further. And Rhea came back out and she told the lifeguard, where's my husband? And she described him as the no-arm guy, and he phoned up the Coast Guard and they went out looking for him. And then they caught him, picked him out, and they thought he was a victim of shark attack, but there was just no blood on the arms. They'd healed up from the wood chipper and jumping off incident. So he ended up being in the hospital for a couple of days, and Rhea had to call up his workers, and they had a little party Monday, Tuesday. And then he went back to work Wednesday, and he told them all about how they, he hates it when he has to go to the hospital because the new nurses don't know where to put the blood pressure cup. They put it around his neck, his eyes bulged out. And then, of course, the blood pressure is higher, so they got to take it again. So he hates going to the hospital. And he told them all about it and then gave them stuff to do on Wednesday. And Wednesday night he was at home watching the Three Stooges, and Rhea was cooking up a special recipe she got from her grandpa in Alabama. C2 is into cat eating. Tommy left the bucket from the cat's got your tongue and wanted some more in the fridge, and Rhea found out she liked cat. So she called up her grandpa in Alabama. He's got all those exotic recipes, porcupine, badger, and it turns out the recipes for beaver work particularly well for cat. So she's got a new recipe, she's cooking it up, and the doorbell rings. She goes to the door, and it's an environmentalist. It is Professor Museum. Yes, it's a memory device. Professor Museum, who saw the news footage of Tommy being rescued by the Coast Guard, and Professor Museum is a male. He says, I want to talk. They said you took the Oriental sea otter to the hospital when you took him home. I'd like to see the sea otter. And he says, no, he's my husband. He's just a man with no arms. He's Oriental. He's very thin and small. It's my husband. It's not a sea otter. And he convinces Professor Museum that he's kind of laughing about it. Then Tommy sees a particularly funny thing. He's watching the Three Stooges on the TV. And he sees something funny, and he starts, the Oriental, you've ever seen them in public, you know about the nose picking. And you know about the snorting, the farting, whenever they find something amusing. And he's snorting, farting, guffawing, and Professor Museum says, "Oh no, that's the mating call of the Oriental sea otter." And he motions to the folks in his van, and they run in and run past Rhea, and Tommy is laughing so hard he's snorting cola out of his nose. When he turns, and there's Professor Museum with a team of environmentalists. They pick him up. They've got a little aquarium in the back of the van because the Professor Museum explains he must be suffocating. Get him into water. Get him into water. And it takes him there. Let me do my sugar check. I forgot it yesterday. Had to do a second part. And then the second part turned out to be longer than the first part. Oh, don't get me started. He takes him to the big college kind of aquarium environmentalist thing. Takes him there, and Rhea has to talk to him over the top of the aquarium. And he says, "Rhea, help, get me out of here. The humpback whale wants to eat me. I'm sure of it. He keeps chasing me around the aquarium." It's a good thing he's a very good swimmer. So Tommy tells her, go talk to Wu. And Wu does what he can. He sends some folks in with a big net. They just scoop him out of the aquarium there before Professor Museum can do anything. And yeah, Tommy's back home, and when the professor knocks on the door, Rhea just says no one's home. "I'm Melton, son of Carpenter Mary." "Yes, Dad, that carpenter worked on skyscrapers." "Mom, Mary Ann, 241. I'm the son of a carpenter Mary. I get to tell parables. And if you think I'm being a little mean to the Chinese, because I see their efforts every day on those computers. The one out here I'm going to upload my latest from, and the one in the bedroom where I designed my imagery, which isn't even connected to the internet, so it's micro machinery all the way. It's high-tech toys all the way. You know where that stuff ends? When you pick up that phone, you can't reach me, and you don't know when else your phone won't be allowed to work, so make a video of America's High-Tech Lifelines, 424-229-4140, and post. Come see me in person, have We'll Travel. Tell me what you think of any of my stuff, including that yellow excrement, dragging the whole damn world down. Devil's people walking among us. This is what the eye looked like. I'm doing a little genetic carpentry. And it's a little lighter here than it is printed darker with this photo. But yeah, about a year later you can see this is March 2013. This is in 2014 before I went into the hospital. Remember, you could tell that joke you got purple just once, you never have to tell it again. It's also true from the serious stuff. What do you believe? What you found important? Get it on video just once, never have to tell it again. And yet, if you're a doctor who knows what's going on with those eyes, who knows what will speed it up? I know taking vitamins speeds it up. It has the eyes catching the light a whole lot better. I've been taking them about a year. And now let me turn that off. Yeah, that brown circle around the outside, the smaller browner circle is missing, and that is a little whiter today, what is it, brown, and towards the middle there, that brown part's a little lighter brown. Around the eye there, the black part of the eye. If you know what's going on, it's medical research being passed by, I know that. My doctors can't talk about my changing eyes. Oh, damn. Got up too early, and then she wasn't even here. Hers wasn't even here to do my laundry. I didn't even call her. It's the devil, Lori, interfering with my worker coming here to do a job. If you know what's going on with the eyes, come tell me in person. And yeah, have Whit will travel to me per place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Cities, communities, really not just those places you go to on Sunday or Saturday, another day of the week. Put the best mankind has to offer, best architecture, best anything. In those homes, remember to ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? I've been asking for a decade. For that first 9/11 Flight 93 check, I have my answer. You get yours and do that with Spectrum's phone as well. Oh, that's a stigmata wound. I can call it a stigmata wound. I'm self-confirming. It's from the inside. It's genetic, just like the eyes. Once again, you know what's going on with that. I lost 80 pounds in less than 1 month. And yeah, you can't, all the doctors who can't talk about those 93 changes, like they can't talk about the change in eyes. They say it's just diabetes, but yeah, I don't understand why. I hadn't been eating in 2 weeks before. I went in the Good Samaritan after the politically correct Mormon looking paramedics left me to die at room 433, 6 blocks east of Toss thing in LA. I wasn't eating. I literally was not eating at all, unable to. And then I'm in the hospital. They say 80 pounds lighter. Of course, I was 8 pounds lighter. You can see the gaunt photos. And also said the blood sugar's like 700, give or take. I'm not sure exactly, but it was up there like that. I've recorded a 530, and I don't feel the same. I feel the same whether it's 530 or 94. I've gotten both, and I feel exactly the same. If you know what's going on with that, come see me in person. And yeah, I wasn't eating at all, and it was up that high. So you can't blame my food. That's what that is about. If if it's a high sugar count, I just shouldn't eat, and then won't be able to design beautiful imagery of truth and beautiful imagery of both. So if you're a good doctor who knows, come see me in person. Have Whit will travel for all the rest of you, and doctors included. Show me that perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house. You can call it an opportunity house, opportunity for all kinds of folks from all kinds of backgrounds all over the world. To build a better world. I got some blood on my palm. Yeah, I was thinking, well, good. That's it's from the finger. I hope those things aren't returning. Come see me in person. Tell me what you think of that opportunity house, but I have to tell you it's Jesus' immaculate house because there will be a test at the end. I hear it's pass, fail, and purgatory.